Hey guys, so today I wanted to bring you an in-depth look at the newly announced 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer and Wagoneer premium SUVs. The original Wagoneer was a full-size body-on-frame vehicle that shared its architecture with the Jeep Gladiator pickup. It was introduced in the 1963 model year, with a second generation coming in 1983. That version was discontinued in 1991, but Jeep tried to bring back the nameplate in 1993 as a special edition one-off of the Jeep Grand Cherokee ZJ. Then it would almost be 30 years before Jeep would unveil the Wagoneer concept in 2020. Now, we also just saw another three-row SUV released a few months ago, the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, and now there's a few more to go along with it. So today on March 11th of 2021, Jeep has revealed more photos and details on the 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer and Wagoneer, Jeep's largest and most luxurious offerings, with $100,000 plus price tags and the 6.4L Hemi V8 engine. It's expected that we will see more models in the future with the potential for track, off-road, plug-in gas-electric hybrid, and extended wheelbase versions. Anyways, let's get right into all the details, and you can find the video outline on screen now. Also, on screen, the red vehicle will be the Wagoneer throughout the video, while the blue is going to be the Grand Wagoneer. So we'll start with the pricing. The Wagoneer is the cheaper version, starting at $59,995 US, allowing it to compete with the likes of the Ford Expedition, Chevy Tahoe, GMC Yukon, and Toyota Sequoia. The Grand Wagoneer starts with a grand price tag of $88,995 US, making it $10,000 more than an entry-level Cadillac Escalade or Lincoln Navigator, and that's in BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Land Rover territory. If you get one fully loaded, the price tag can reach over $113,000. The Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer can be had in three different trim levels: Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3, while the Grand Wagoneer adds an Obsidian model, which gets blacked out. The models will begin arriving this summer, and you can pre-order now with just a $500 deposit. As for the exterior, this is Jeep's modern interpretation of the Wagoneer, which they chose to do instead of trying to bring back the iconic look of the original. I don't mind it at all, I think it looks great, but Jeep was talking about the Wagoneer's heritage all over social media, yet chose to take a different route with the design. Again, the red model is the Wagoneer, and the blue is the Grand Wagoneer. Both are very similar looking, and I think they look better than many other three-row SUVs in the automotive industry. They join the Grand Cherokee L, as suddenly Jeep now has a few three-row SUV offerings. While the Grand Cherokee L uses a unibody construction, the Wagoneers have a body-on-frame design with a front and rear independent suspension and a 123-inch wheelbase. When you compare that to the Grand Cherokee L, these SUVs are 4 inches taller, 6.3 inches wider, and 9 inches longer, and also longer than all their competitors with the regular wheelbase. Of course, you can find the Suburban, Yukon XL, Expedition Max, Escalade ESV, and Navigator L, which all have extended wheelbases, so the Wagoneer should have a stretched-out version announced later this year to compete with those guys as well. As for the design itself, the Wagoneer has a more traditional 7-slot grille that looks more similar to the SJ model, and it also gets different LED headlights and tall windows for a boxy look, kind of like the short-lived 2006 to 2010 Jeep Commander. The Grand Wagoneers can be distinguished with more chrome, a unique lower front fascia, copper-tinted glass, a black roof, a laser-etched grille surrounded by liquid chrome, and the addition of the word Grand to all the badging, along with American flags on the doors. Badging for both is found everywhere, front, back, and on the sides. Jeep has foregoed their logo to use Wagoneer or Grand Wagoneer text, and also on the Grand Wagoneer they tried to pay homage to Wagoneers of yesteryear with a fine chrome line that circles the entire vehicle. Depending on the trim level, the Wagoneer will come with 18 or 20-inch wheels, while 22-inch wheels are reserved for the Grand Wagoneers. All wheels also have unique Wagoneer scripted center caps. These are a small downsize from the massive 24s that the concept rode on. As for the exterior paint colors, there are 7 choices for the Wagoneer: Diamond Black, Bright White, Luxury White, Silver Zenith, Baltic Gray, Velvet Red, and River Rock Blue. But to set you and your money apart, the Grand Wagoneer will add Midnight Sky Blue, Rocky Mountain Green, and Ember Red to its palette. Next, we will spend a lot of time on the interior as it's unbelievably premium and luxurious. Jeep has flat out said, quote, "This is the best interior in the market right now," end quote, and it's hard to argue with them. Both the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer have the same layout with 8 seats when equipped with a second row bench, or 7 with second row captain's chairs. But anyways, we'll start with the lesser Wagoneer models first, which have best-in-class passenger room for all 3 rows. The driver gets a 10.3-inch digital cluster and a 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen system, with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto all standard. A 2-spoke flat-bottom steering wheel and Nappa leather seats come standard as well. You can opt for 10.1-inch screens for the second row seatbacks as well, with HDMI connection and onboard Wi-Fi. Other suite options include a rear camera mirror, similar to the Chrysler Pacifica minivan FamCam, an automatic parking system, a heads-up display, and a lockable safe in the center console. Series 3 models come with the Macintosh MX950 system with 19 speakers, a 10-inch subwoofer, and 950-watt amplifier. That's also the same system found in the Grand Cherokee L. The Grand Wagoneer takes things to another level, using even more premium materials like Satin America walnut wood, aluminum, and Palermo leather trim seating. Interior color schemes include velvety all black, light sea salt gray, rich tan, and deep blue. Even the engine start button receives special attention, including French stitching and carved wood or metal accents. Jeep also inscribed EST, or Established 1963, on the outer edge of the instrument panel, which is a throwback to the original Wagoneer. The first two rows of seats get heating and ventilation, while the front seats have 24-way power controls, and everyone can be comfortable with 4-zone climate control. There's also a sea of LED screens with up to 4 in the front and 3 in the second row, for a total of 75 inches. For comparison, the Wagoneer has just 2 available screens. All of them are bigger for the Grand Wagoneer, 12.3 inches for the instrument cluster, 12 inches for the Uconnect system, and even a 10.25-inch Uconnect 5 system located right in front of the front row passenger. Stellantis calls this co-pilot and allows that passenger to control the navigation, music, and more, but they can only play videos if a privacy filter is on to keep the screen obscured from the driver. Second row passengers get a 10.3-inch screen on a fixed center console, and they can also opt for additional 10.1-inch screens on the front row seatbacks. There's also the optional 10-inch heads-up display. Again, that means an optional 7 screens or 75 inches worth within just the first 2 rows. You can even play different movies simultaneously throughout the cabin with all the various screens. As for some other crazy features, the Grand Wagoneer has wireless charging, up to 11 USB ports, a cooled storage bin option, and an available touchpad-controlled safe. It's also got another first for the automotive industry with Amazon Fire TV for Auto, where you can start a movie at home and seamlessly port it to your Jeep. And don't forget about Relax Mode, where you can put the Jeep in park and enjoy ambient lighting and scenic getaways on screen, like fireplaces, beaches, and sunsets. Jeep even used gaming designers to help with this experience. Finally, for the audio, the 19-speaker Macintosh system that we talked about comes standard here, but the better version is the Macintosh MX1375 system, which has 23 speakers, a whopping 1,950 watts, and 3D sound. As for some safety features, some tech includes a digital rearview mirror, traffic sign recognition, a 360-degree camera system, night vision, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control, lane centering technology, forward collision warning, and active driving assist, just to name a few. The Wagoneers definitely don't lack in the performance side of things either. The Wagoneer gets rear-wheel drive standard along with the 5.7-liter Hemi V8 with the e-torque mild hybrid system. That's good for 392 horsepower, 404 pound-feet of torque, and an 8-speed automatic transmission. There are 3 other drive systems available if you want: Quadra Track 1 and 2, which are single and 2-speed transfer cases, and Quadra Drive 2, which includes a full-time 2-speed transfer case with an electronic limited slip differential. 5 terrain modes: auto, sport, rock, snow, and mud/sand, as well as hill descent control are included if you have a 4-wheel drive system. The Grand Wagoneers come standard with the Quadra Track 2, so the second best system, and air springs, which can raise the SUV by 3.6 inches for a maximum overall clearance of 10.1 inches. The air suspension can even be controlled by the key fob, which can manually lower the vehicle for entry and exit for passengers. They also get the beastly 6.4-liter Hemi V8 with 471 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque, with a standard 3.92 axle ratio and 8-speed auto. And if you're wondering, this is the same SRT 392 Apache Hemi that's found in the Charger and Challenger. Jeep claims a 0 to 60 in 6 seconds flat for this vehicle, a pretty good number considering how heavy it must be. Both engines feature cylinder deactivation and are paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission. Wagoneers can tow up to 10,000 pounds, while the Grand Wagoneer is maxed out at 9,860 pounds, a little less because it weighs a little more. Even though the Grand Wagoneer has a 25-degree approach angle, 24-degree departure angle, 22-degree breakover angle, and can ford up to 24 inches of water, it's still not trail rated, as Jeep said the vehicle was simply too big to meet the maneuverability criteria. And we're almost done, just to mention a couple of other things. Keeping with that luxury theme, the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer customers get special treatment, like dedicated sales ambassadors, free Wi-Fi and snacks at dealerships, and 24/7 customer support. The 2022 Jeep Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer will be built at the Warren, Michigan plant, and they also make the Ram 1500. And you can pre-order one of these starting right now, but deliveries won't start until the late summer. So that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. I think it's an awesome SUV, tons of cool features, got the Hemi in there, so it kind of ticks off all the boxes for me. But thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe for all your Mopar content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.